Hey, everybody. How are you? How are you guys today? Poop. Welcome back. Theme Park Wizard. Live on our Ask Me Anything Monday. Look at that. I think we're like at 3 Mondays in a row, so that's awesome. So that's cool. We have a super chat goal again, as always. 10 super chats, 10 teal super chats for gifted memberships. So we got that's going on there. Make sure to like and subscribe for updates. Yeah, today is just a general ask me anything here. Go for 30 minutes to an hour depending on the number of questions that we get. So wait, some more people come in, then you go ahead and ask away. Ask away. Hello, Life with Pro. Thank you for joining. My baby. Oh, he's leaving. My baby's leaving.
You're gonna record?
Yeah, I'm on a live stream.
No, I will not.
So we got some stuff, some cool stuff happening this weekend. We have Mega Movie Summer premiering at Universal on June 13th. I'll be there doing a live stream from the park as well. This film is filming a construction update that day as well, so stay tuned. Now that construction update, since I'm filming it on Friday, it should go up on Saturday, since I don't have any real plans on Saturday, besides maybe seeing How to Train Your Dragon. But it should be going up for members maybe on Friday night, and then for everyone on Saturday, so that'll be awesome. It's gonna be hot this weekend in LA, in the 90s, low 90s, upper 80s, low 90s on Sunday. So that's usually my theme park day, Sunday. So it's gonna be too hot. So I'm gonna take advantage of the debut of Mega Movie Summer and go on opening night and film everything there. So yeah, I'll be chilling like a villain there. So that'll be awesome. So hello, Revived. How are you today? Lovely Monday evening here. Hello, the Xfinity. How are you doing today? Lovely Monday, June 9th here. On our little weekly Ask Me Anything. Again, we have 3 Mondays. I think we did 3 Mondays in a row, which is awesome. Hello, Multimedia Assassin. I'm doing very well. Nice to get back to the routine. The Fast Furious Hollywood trip opening next year will not Six Flags have a way to compete. Well, Six Flags will have a new coaster coming up, open up next year, and then Knott's looks like it's finally got some track for the Montezuma's Revenge re-theme or revamp. So those will probably be the ways that those parks will compete in terms of coasters, at least in the next year or so. I'm cold, guys. Cold in here. Yeah, they have a track in the which is good. I'm finally glad they decided to. They're moving forward with that, because I was worried. I thought it was going to be delayed again. So hopefully they should be able, to get up this year, because Montezuma's track wasn't, isn't too long. It's just a shuttle coaster. So hopefully they can get it up and running this year. If they can get the track going, maybe they can get open by the holidays. Hopefully, we'll see. If not, maybe early next year. When do you think things will start moving at Six Flags? Well, I've heard they'll be moving this month, and I guess someone commented on my construction update that I did from Six Flags. Was it last week or so? They commented that that those construction equipment that was in my last video has been moved, so maybe that's a sign of something to come. How do you feel about Disney discontinuing Muppet Vision 3D? Well, I actually never saw it, so I don't really care too much. I know there's a lot of people that are very attached to it, and I know it's very sad. And it does seem they could have, I mean, like a whole Monsters Land, like have Monsters Inc., and then maybe include Muppet Vision because they're also monsters, make it just the general monster city, or maybe the Muppets have moved into this Monstropolis area, right? Because they are monsters, or all of them are like monsters. So I feel like there is maybe a way they could have kept it because the theater is staying. It's just going to be either nothing or a new show. Probably just a cheaper show. That's probably why they did it. So if that's the guard, then that's kind of disappointing. But I am very excited for the new door coaster coming to that portion of the park. I wish we got that here. Yes, just last month they did file new permits for footers for the new coaster. And the exact quote on the permit was new foundations for Six Flags Magic Mountain coaster, and I believe that was filed before my wedding, so let's say in May sometime. So probably got that issue ready to go, and probably work's gonna hopefully will ramp up this month, as that's what I've heard from a couple of people that work at the park. I didn't know about Muppet Vision until years later, when after I first visited Washington World 20 years ago. Yeah, I didn't see Muppet Vision at Disney World. I went one time, and I didn't see it at California Adventure either. I was too young. When I went to California Adventure, I was only a few times when I was younger, and I don't think anyone took me to see it. Maybe they did. Maybe again, I was young, so I may not remember. But maybe when I went with like summer camp at California Adventure, maybe I saw it then. I don't know, but I don't really remember. It looks great. I mean, it's like a nice, cool, classic show, and that's Jim Henson's final project. So, definitely very historic. This is what I've been saying for years. Yeah, Disneyland needs another new coaster somewhere, anywhere. Because the last new coaster Disneyland had was in 2001 with they got two coasters, and that's Goofy's what's Mulholland Madness, but it's now Goofy Sky School, and then Incredicoaster, California Screaming, which is now Incredicoaster. Those are the last two coasters Disneyland Resort has gotten, and that is 24 years ago. That's insane. So, you know, a new coaster is much needed. Highly themed coaster as well. I believe the permits were granted by now. A Cosmic Rewind Star Wars coaster. I don't know if there's enough space for a Cosmic Rewind style Star Wars coaster over by Star Wars Land, but in the Simba lot and stuff, there's room for like a Cosmic Rewind style coaster. Some people are hoping that they'll bring Muppet Vision here to California. Yeah, well, they had it here a while ago. That's where the Mickey's PhilharMagic in that area. That's where Muppet Vision was. So yeah, again, I agree with Revived. It'd be kind of weird for them to bring it back, considering it was here, and then obviously it was gone for a reason, probably low viewership, just like PhilharMagic doesn't. I don't think a lot of people see that show. Although I do plan to watch it next time I go to the park because I want to film a POV of it, but I don't think many people actually just go see it, unfortunately. If you're joining, make sure to like and subscribe. I actually forgot to change it to forgot to change the stream to subscribers only, so anyone can comment. But I was hoping you would subscribe to help out the channel. And also, again, we have a super chat goal of 10 super chats, and I'll give out 5 gifted memberships if we achieve that goal there. Yeah, Cosmic Rewind has a massive show building. But yeah, any like a nice family coaster, highly themed family coaster would be fantastic. Coming to Disneyland, and of the next 4 rides at least, it won't be a coaster. But I'm glad California Adventure is getting 2 boat rides. Really needs 2 boat rides. California Adventure doesn't have a single boat ride. I don't mean like an actual like Fantasyland style dark ride, but like Pirates of the Caribbean style boat ride. They're not Grizzly River Run. It's a water ride and it's a raft ride, not like an actual boat ride. And now we're gonna have 2 with the Avatar and Coco, which is starting just in a few months. So I'm very excited for that. Because California Metro really needs that, especially those no height requirement attractions. Okay. What do you think Disney should put the new Avatar land in California? Well, it's going in the Hollywood backlot. They just announced that last week, and I actually made a video on that as well. So Coco's going the Pixar Pier in the backstage behind the credit coaster, and then Avatar is going into the Hollywood backlot, a portion of the Hollywood backlot area, and then of course the Eastern Gateway project with the 6,000 space structure and security and pedestrian bridge will all start in the fall of 2026. This is interesting. It's the Tron coaster. See, I wanted the Tron coaster as well, and I still take it. But the construction process of the Tron coaster in Florida kind of soured mine, and I feel like everyone else's taste for the Tron coaster just took so long to build that I think everyone kind of lost interest. I mean, even when it opened in Florida, you could clearly see Cosmic Rewind is still right now the more popular ride. It was on virtual queue for much longer. It has much higher wait times than Tron, and I think especially because Tron is so short and took so long to build, I think everyone just kind of got bored, not bored, like disinterested of it, and not interested by the time it opened. So, but if they announced Tron was coming to Disneyland and it would be built in a reasonable time frame, I'll take it. Do you remember how long the pull through process for a Velocicoaster lasts for? I don't know. I think it was a few. I think the pull through process lasted a few months. It was happening a few months before the coaster opened. I'd say maybe 1 or 2, maybe at least a month. Maybe can't be more than 2 months. I feel like. And for Fast and Furious, they did the station last month, and now they're doing the whole track this month. And it's already June 9th, and if you guys saw my construction update today, it was filmed on Friday. But on Friday, again, they're already going towards that last version before you come to the station. So hopefully by the end of the month they'll do a pull through of the whole track. I'm hoping by July, like testing can occur, like cycling, full cycling of the vehicles, using power. That's my hope, though. I'm not sure how long if that's what's happening. Yeah, Monsters Inc. was I feel like I was supposed to be Well, there was gonna be, remember they were thinking of turning that area into Monstropolis, in which Monsters Inc. probably would have stayed or got like enhancements, plus the door coaster would have came. But they didn't do that. So you know, that's why it's just kind of, it was just Superstar Limo. But they rethemed it. And I personally love Monsters Inc. I love the movie and I love that ride. I think that's a perfect ride for California Adventure, and I wish another ride just like that can be built somewhere else in the park. But it's funny, all the people that all of a sudden the people online, or some people online, are so upset about Monster Inc. leaving, and I'm not sure why. Like I said, I like Eugene. I'm not sure why. Because for several months and years before this, they're like, "Oh my gosh, the Hollywood backline needs to change. This area is so ugly," which I agree, it's so ugly. It's DCA 1.0. And then all of a sudden something, and that's announced it's closing. Then I was like, "Oh my god, Monsters Inc." I'm like, "What do you mean? You just said it should like pick a lane. Want it to be redeveloped, or do you want it to stay?" I feel like maybe they just hate Avatar as a brand or an IP, so maybe that's where that's coming from. But yeah, I have no real idea. I'm excited for it though. I think Avatar. I mean, I've never been to Pandora and Disney World, and I did Disney World one time, and Pandora wasn't there yet. So I'm super excited to have a West Coast version, especially because Animal Kingdom closes so early. So Pandora really shines at nighttime, and many people can't see it at nighttime. But here, California Metro closes at 10 p.m. now, and with the addition of the 4 rides, it'll probably have attendance at like hours extended to 11 or maybe even midnight, I hope, each night. And we'll get to bask in the beautiful bioluminescence of our Pandora West every single day instead of like Animal Kingdom, where it's like rarely. So I'm really pumped for it. Can they consider building the parking lot across from DCA proper with the entrance somewhere in Pixar Pier? Um, no. Everything was a rumor. The rumors were bounding of where it could happen, but that I've heard for a while they wanted to fill in every single portion of Disneyland and California Metro before they expanded over to the parking lots. So, Avatar, the rumor has been Hollywood backlot for quite some time, like at least a year, ever since kind of shortly after Bob Iger announced it. Like I don't think it was about 2 years ago now when it came back. Notice the pattern of people being upset out of Disneyland moving. Exactly. No matter what, and it's way time was no matter what people, if they ride it or not, as soon as it's announced being closed, then it's like the worst thing ever. And I think it just comes from like people are scared of change. People in this case, maybe people just don't like the Avatar IP because people still don't like that Avatar's in Animal Kingdom, but I think it fits quite nicely. But people probably don't like the Avatar IP. I do feel like it's it's California Adventure. So I I feel like the California theme is kind of strong still because like California through a Disney-fied lens is OG 55 would always say. So I do agree the placement would be kind of weird. I would prefer Avatar in the symbol lot. Only because it could be bigger and maybe get like 2 rides instead of 1 ride. But again, Hollywood backlot needs to go. So I actually prefer Zootopia in that spot because it's still that same like city facade, and maybe you can even keep the red car trolley. You can even keep the red car trolley now because it's gonna go into the Hollywood Boulevard. It's gonna stay, and then the backlot's gonna go. So I don't know why they can't just build or relocate the red car trolley shed and just have the red car trolley run from Mission Breakout, or like the Hyperion Theater area where we're stopped before to Buena Vista Street. It again, probably a money issue, but come on. Maybe they'll bring it back in the future because it's really weird. I don't want Tron to be more of a clone than a yeah. Again, like I said, I just worry with Tron that it'll take like ages to build. Being able to have a new experience is harder and harder these days in ship. That is true. Yeah, there's a lot of cloning between Disney and Universal. Lots of clones. It is cheaper to build them to bring them over. So yeah, no, but still, I get it. I'm dizzy. Hold on. It would be interesting if they continue to go backwards to the layout for the pull through of Hollywood. Yeah, I'm curious they're gonna do that. If they're gonna go backwards, they're just gonna go at the front. But yeah, very, very interesting to see how it progresses over the next few weeks. I'm excited to see what it looks like when I go back on Friday evening or Friday afternoon. Disney needs to stop copying and pasting all of their attractions. True. Extremely hot take. I think they should completely demo Paris and build several new high-tech immersive experiences. There's no way. There's where they should put the spinning castle. Maybe I just love the look of Pixar up here so much, and I know it's a hot take, but yeah, I just love it so much. The world of color and the Pixar pal around there. I really enjoy it. But I do agree, it does look like a fairground. But it is based on Southern California's piers, so like the Santa Monica Pier. What if Disney brought over Monsters Inc. Ride and Go Seek? That would be awesome. I really like that one. The POV looks fantastic. And I feel like they put that somewhere else. Maybe extend what they should do. Have Coco probably take over the Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta area. And then they can go ahead and put that in Goofy Sky School spot. All right, hold on, guys. I have to use the restroom. I'll be right back. I have to use the restroom. Stay Alrighty, hello guys. Thank you so much for waiting. Hi, I'm back. Alright, so let's see your comments. Yeah, so yeah. Do you want Monster Seek? Find and go seek. Eugene, they actually would allow it because those rides after 5 years, Disney can bring them into any of their parks. So they have an exclusivity clause for 5 years, and then they can go ahead and bring them into their own park. So they probably would allow them. Right. Would you consider Radiator Springs part of Pixar Pier? No, Radiator Springs Racers is part of Cars Land, and that's its own land. So it's not part of Pixar Pier. And I personally love the theming of that park. Definitely serves a spot in Disneyland Resort. Yes. The Cars Land is like one of my favorite lands ever in any Disney park, in my opinion. Absolutely love that land. Poopy. No fever, no fever. No fever. Yeah. At this point, just redo the Paris Counts Park as Pixar Pier extension again. But Little Mermaid is not Pixar, so that wouldn't fit there. And Goofy's Sky School is neither. But yeah, I do agree with this. Get rid of Goofy Sky School, put it in a show or something. I say get rid of Goofy Sky School and put it in the Monsters Inc. ride from Tokyo. Manual, can you see the riots? I cannot. They're in downtown Los Angeles. The protests are in downtown Los Angeles, and then I am in the San Fernando Valley, far away from those. Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't want a Fortnite land. What do you think? When do you think they'll start moving Simpsons from Universal? Probably by like 2027 ish. Definitely by 2028, but maybe starting 2027 or maybe even next year. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. I don't. And while we're waiting, I will update you on I want to update you on my little special project I'm working on. I hope to get it out debut this month, but maybe next month we'll have to see. I need a still kind of catching up on stuff from the wedding, but I'm almost done, almost caught up, and then I'll have more time to work on it. And then yeah, it should be pretty cool. I'm ready to go. Hopefully it'll and debut by hopefully 4th of July. Let's see. Theme needs to replace Simpsons at Universal. What do you think about the new Espionage entrance that Disneyland might bunch of videos ago? I think it looks absolutely fantastic. My favorite part is the sign and the vintage retro sign, the humongous vintage retro sign that is coming to the park, that part of the park as well. So I'm very, very excited for that. Okay. Okay, let's go. Hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna follow. No. Okay, let's see. No fever, no fever. I stopped at Key Shore parking lot and saw some green markers outside of Supercharged. You did? Did you take any pictures? The concept art of the parking garage? Yes, I can. Do you think Disney will allow more outside companies to license Disney IPs to make their own Disney parks like LLC in Abu Dhabi? Most likely if they need some money. OLC is the Oriental Land Company, which is the company that does owns and operates Tokyo Disney Sea. Anything should save the Muppets as if they were save them. What I do is how they're making Rock and Roller Coaster Muppets next year. That villain show it's a theater. They should put Muppet Vision 3D in there. The villain show is likely temporary because when Villains Land opens, it would be kind of weird to have a villain show in Hollywood Studios in a Villains Land in Magic Kingdom. I feel like the villain show should move over there, and then they'll have an empty theater for Muppet Vision 3D again, and then they can have a whole Muppet courtyard literally relocated. So that's what I would do. So here's the concept art for the parking garage. Yes, the Fast and Furious coaster trains will have 4 trains per car. So right now they have the one just for the clearance testing, but then it'll eventually be 4 spinning cars per train. There'll be 8 trains. That's right. Smash that like and subscribe button. And again, we have a super chat goal. So 10 super chats and then all gifts, 5 super chats. So there you go. How would you feel if Disney made a new Mickey Mouse cartoon show with the classic animation style from the 30s, similar to the Cuphead show on Netflix? If you've ever seen, I think it'll be pretty awesome. I mean, hey, we like classic animation, so I think it'll be fun. You think Chapter Life 2 should be replaced? Oh no, 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 no. Do you think Cedar Fair is purposely messing with Six Flags chains in order to have all the records? No. Cedar Fair is purposely messing with Six Flags chains to improve the efficiency because Cedar Fair parks are more well run than Six Flags parks, and that's part of the reason why they merged. Because Six Flags was going bankrupt because they're like, oh my gosh, we can't run the parks. So Cedar Fair is trying to up the efficiency of Six Flags parks to see the fare levels by you know doing more theming, putting more trains, operating more trains per track instead of one train ops, make 2 or 3 train ops, getting rid of old higher maintenance coasters that cost more money to save more money overall. That's what they're doing. Oh, let's see. I got the mark. Let's see here. Got the markers here. Let's see. I can see if I can see them. Oh, is that? Interesting. Green markers. Let me take a. Let's go. How do I? Think I can, okay, save. Let me ask ChatGPT real quick. What do green markers in construction mean? Let's see. Hey, Kevin, thinking about adventure. Thank you for hopping on the stream. But they got rid of King the Cobb, but keep in mind, look what's happening at Top Thrill Dragster. Same model. They had a problem there. They made a Top Thrill 2, and Top Thrill 2 is now closed still indefinitely, and there's a crane on site suggesting there's a problem. Their accelerator is down for 2 years, right? Remember, not to confirm, accelerator is down for 2 years because of like problems. They finally got that one back up. King Ka is the same issue. So they're like, oh my god, we just did this a couple times with the same Intima model, and Intima doesn't make that anymore. So they have custom parts. It's just not much more expensive. So they got rid of 5 of their unused rides, and they put a big giant coaster in its place. So that's why they did that. How you doing? I'm doing very well. Thank you for the $2, OG5. Do you think DCA will retheme once Pandora opens? I think so, and I think they should retheme just to keep the acronym the same, and so it would be like easier for Disney themselves. They could retheme it to like Disney's Cinemagic Park or something, or Cinematic Park or Cinematic Adventure. My bad. That way, you can keep the D, C, and A theme there. So it compares our different versions. But the one for Farland, yeah, and that's like the only one, and maybe they're putting more money into that one and maintaining it better. But the ones here in the American parks are really struggling. Oh, they're definitely being frugal. Again, would you have one? Let's say you have a staple of the park, King the Car, or Accelerator, or Top Thrill Drax, or Top Thrill 2, and you're spending like, I don't know, heck, $50 million a year maintaining it or something. Would you want that, or would you want? Do you think like? Would you rather have that, or would you take it away and spend that $50 million on maybe 10 or 5 new coasters, or 5 new rides, and or 4 new rides and park improvements, and make more greenery and shade all over the place? Like, I don't know. I think taking away was the right move, since it's unreliable, can't run in wind, it's like barely open, right? And then now all that money they save maintaining it every year, they can use towards other park improvements, like more shade, more seating, more better theming on attractions. You know. I'm glad you're doing well, Kevin. Yes, the OG agrees, and because that way, again, when they don't want to reprint all the signs and stuff, or they don't. They will have to reprint the signs and stuff anyway. But like I know, like for their coding, right? When I used to work at Disneyland, at the main entrance gates, I had to be assigned either to DL, Disneyland, or DCA, California Adventure. And for stuff like that, for operations, they feel like that'd be much easier to keep the same initials for things like that, so they can reprint as few signs as possible. So I feel like it would be Disney Cinematic Adventure or something, or Cinemagic Adventure, like Jack from DSMI newscast. Like, that would be the smart thing to do, in my opinion. Are there fictional theme parks from TV shows, movies that were real? Well, I know on Final Destination 3, the coaster they were filming on was Viper. Um, and the family vacation movies, those old family vacation movies, I mean, they went to Magic Mountain. It was that, I forgot the name, but it was like a comedy and it was like a road trip movie. Went to Magic Mountain. They went to Magic Mountain, a lot of TV shows. Mostly Magic Mountain, like where they usually go for like coasters and stuff. But they, and the Simpsons, they make like Krusty Land. Krusty Land is a version of Disneyland, like a satire version of Disneyland. You can even see at the Simpsons ride in Universal, they have a satire version of Waterworld, but also Pirates of the Caribbean and Small World, and just generic roller coaster. So they have stuff like that all the time. And then at Fairly Odd Parents, Escalator Land was a satire of Universal's Escalator Starway area. Oh man, that was running. Or no, not running, but I feel like there's something. Yeah. Oh, that I wish I were real. No. How do you think Magic Mountain will fix the height gap in the lineup? I think they need a nice little Giga. And I feel like they need a nice family coaster to eventually replace Ninja. Overall, I just think the park needs better theming and more shade and just more operational and aesthetic improvements before new like rides and stuff. It's okay. It happens to the best of us, even me, all the time. Disney World and Disney World featuring a lot of things. Disneyland also featuring a lot of things. Another strata. See, the stratas just go up and down. I mean, I feel like people want something more unique than that. Okay. Okay. Me too. Because I'm still asking Chat GPT. Oh my god. I can't send it videos. Hold on. I can only send it photos, huh? Let's go ahead. Hmm. Sorry, guys. Supercharge. I'm sending it to my sources. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Permit crew. Two green workers. Building. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. All right. So, when will you be going to Epic Universe? Hopefully next year, like January, February timeframe. Universal Kids is getting ready to open in under a year, probably Memorial Day weekend of next year. But they're already painting the hotel already. A lot of the rides are put in and they're doing some theming around them. But yeah, they'll be ready to go in just under a year. I'm very excited for that. I'll try to do another construction update in the next few weeks or so. Cedar Point versus Dollywood. Where'd you rather go? I've been to Cedar Point twice, never been to Dollywood, so I choose Dollywood. Also, both are beautiful, but Dollywood really, really looks beautiful. Um. Sorry, guys. Let's see. But um, no. All right. Thank you, Emmanuel, for that video of the green markers. I sent him off to some good sources, and yeah, well, I'll see what becomes of that. By the way, if you're curious, green markers mean, let's see, green markers are for sewage and drainer lines. So maybe they're doing some sewage stuff. Um, when do you think Universal will start construction on Great Britain? It's supposed to open in 2031, so probably 2026. I think Disneyland or Universal deserve a water park. I would absolutely love that, but I wouldn't want them to be built on the same property. Like there's a spot and like near the Anaheim Convention Center, a big empty or not big, oh, semi empty lot of which Disney would buy, and they can put a water park there. Universal, if they were to do a water park, I would have them like put it somewhere in the desert, like Palmdale or Palm Springs, and then build its own on-site hotel there, type of thing. Only because Universal really has a finite amount of space, and I want to use it for the best. I'm morbidly curious about the Dollywood Park despite it being a primarily coastal park. Yeah, it is primarily coastal park, but it's nestled in the Tennessee mountains. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I think it'll be. I think it's. I mean, it just looks absolutely gorgeous. Even have some cool dark rides too, and I mean, you can tell Dolly herself put a lot of care into the park, and there's some historic aspects of Dolly in there. So, in the new area, the Wildwood Grove for families looks really, really charming. So, as on my bucket list for sure. Certainly one of the only reasons that I ever go to Tennessee. Dollywood is a park. Yeah. There's a park in Tennessee in the Pigeon Forge area. There's a whole bunch of other attractions like a flying feeder and some other um stuff in that whole general area. It's like a big tourist area of the Smoky. I think it's the Smoky Mountains. But the whole area, like I said, is just absolutely gorgeous. Let's see. Emmanuel, with your credit, can I go ahead and post those on Twitter? These construction markings. I'm very curious about these. I have not. I've been to Hurricane Harbor, which I should have a whole video on, but I haven't been to Raging Waters or Soak City, because they're just so far away from me. Yeah, Life with Probably. I should just definitely go ahead and look up some POVs of the attractions, just like a walking tour of the park, because it really is beautiful. Even if you don't like coasters or anything, it's just a beautiful place to like sit and like relax, like Disneyland. You can just go, we can just go there and try nothing. I feel like Dollywood's the same thing. It's just so beautiful. Toast and SoCo. Let's see. Let's see something. Simultaneous. Fine. Right, coasting. Coasting. Okay. Hmm. I'm also more with the kids film. Busch Gardens. Busch Gardens are also beautiful parks. I like how they have like SeaWorld as sea animals and Busch Gardens usually have a lot of land animals. Yeah, land animals in the parks. So I really like that as well. I think I like Williamsburg a bit better than I like Tampa because of Cheetah Run, but Williamsburg has the more beautiful lush landscape in the for Bolton, which is pretty cool. A nice family coaster as well. 5 minutes, guys. Sorry, these green markers have from Emmanuel have piqued. Or sorry, Eugene have piqued my interest. I'm now distracted. Um, trying to see what my sources are. I can discover. Well, yeah. It takes time. Takes time. There's lots of stuff happening at Hollywood, and there's still markers with the hotel as well. There's markers for the Frankenstein garage for that security checkpoint and hotel area, most likely. And those markers, according to Mondo, when I showed him the markers, he said we saw those same markers in for something else at Universal. And 2 months later, excavation has happened. So it takes time. So maybe later on this summer. In my imagination, I always envisioned Busch Gardens, Deco, and Six Flags and SeaWorld, not Spray Farm, and Disney, Universal Holiday Parks. And they almost are. They really are. They're very, very close. Um, in some regards. Um, except for maybe Six Flags, but the other ones are not SeaWorld San Diego, but I mean at SeaWorld, but Busch Gardens, I think is pretty close to that. North Bay Farm, too, of course. Okay. 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes of questions here. I will have the Simpsons video coming out. Hopefully, um, history of the Simpsons sometime this week for sure. For sure, I might record that tomorrow since I don't have any live streams or anything planned. And maybe have it out on Wednesday. I'm still wondering why Disney's choosing to start the Eastern Gateway project in fall 2026. It's way too far in the future. I agree. I'm bamboozled by that decision. In your opinion, when do you think Tokyo Disney will be the third park, the Disney Sky Park? I don't know. I mean, they just had a big expansion. They're doing a big expansion in the other park. Um, so I don't know. Um, I feel like it'll be a while for sure. For sure. Tokyo Disney Sea did the Fantasy Springs expansion, and then Tokyo Disneyland's getting a new Space Mountain and Tomorrowland area, and they're replacing Buzz Lightyear with Wreck-It Ralph. Mhm. That's right. West Coast, Best Coast. Let's do it. Everyone go subscribe to OG Pity 5. I'm rather Disney started Eastern Gateway this fall and said, me too, but I'm glad they're starting Coco this fall. And maybe there's some permitting issues or something. Maybe there's a reason why they can't. Who knows? River Tokyo, the added Macchiati IP to the I have no idea what that is. All right, guys, thank you guys for joining. I'll see you guys next week. For Ask Me Anything, but I'll see you on Friday because I'll be live at Universal for Ask Me Anything. I want to answer these last two things. And then I'll go, but before you go, make sure to like, subscribe, and become a member. If you want to help us support the channel, you can help become a member or leave a super thanks down below. Studio Ghibli, that'd be cool. Bill's not here. Disney should close at some point, and Disney should also get its own Fancy Springs area, but with other IPs like Moana and Content maybe liking. I actually really like that area, especially for that little expansion pad over there. All right,